So let's all get comfortable in your meditation posture, and we'll do this Tara meditation on Tara with mantra recitation for almost 1 hour. So first, just focus your mind inwards on an object of meditation and try to generate some concentration, and let go of distracting thoughts and thoughts about everything outside of this this time, this session. And then let's generate a positive motivation. So to help us do that, we can visualize ourselves surrounded by all sentient beings. So beginning with our mother, imagine your mother of this life seated at your immediate left, at your left side, and then all your female friends and family to your left and behind you. And then your father of this life seated at your right. And imagine all your male family and friends seated to your right and behind you. It can be both those who are living and also those who have passed away. And then visualize those whom you're most prone to become angry with, seated directly in front of you, facing towards you. In order to remember to make special effort to generate kindness and compassion towards them and practice patience. And then visualize also all the other sentient beings. Imagine them all in human form, seated all around you, as vast as space. And remember your interconnectedness with them from life to life. And then remembering how all sentient beings are just the same as us, and wishing to be free from every form of suffering and wishing to have every happiness. Wishing to have ultimate, the best possible happiness. And try to generate a positive motivation, a bodhicitta motivation. wishing to accomplish both one's own welfare and the welfare of all sentient beings by doing this practice. And within that, you can generate other aspects of positive motivation, any more specific aims and intentions you want to set for the session. So try to make sure and include bodhicitta, the aspiration to achieve full enlightenment in order to be of the greatest possible benefit to the world. So then, as part of, as a way of extending our motivation, we'll read this glance meditation on the graduated path to enlightenment. I take refuge in the Holy Guru, essence of all Buddhas, original grantor of all holy teachings, and Lord of all supreme beings. Please, Guru Buddhas, bestow on me the ability to unify my mind with the Dharma and be successful in practicing Dharma in order to achieve the graduated path. May no hindrance occur while achieving this path. Please bless me to realize that I received a perfect human rebirth, which is highly meaningful, for many reasons difficult to obtain, but perishable, transient, and fragile, decaying in the shortest moment because of its changeable nature. Thus, my death is definite, but its actual time is most indefinite. And after death, I am far more likely to be reborn in the lower suffering realms, having created infinitely more negative than positive karma in this and all previous lives. Please bless me to comprehend how incredibly unendurable is the suffering of the lower realms, that I might take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha with all my heart and realize the evolution of karma in all its profundity, that I might perform only virtuous actions and abandon all negative creations. By practicing in this way, so this is the prayer of the practitioner of middling capability now. By practicing in this way, I will be reborn in the upper realms, but will still have to experience unlimited samsaric suffering because of uncontrolled delusions or afflictive emotions and karma. Please bless me to realize fully the evolution of samsara from uncontrolled rebirth to death to rebirth, and to follow day and night the three higher trainings of the path: higher conduct, higher concentration, and higher wisdom, which are the main methods to release me from samsara. And then the prayer of the practitioner of highest capability. But as each sentient being has been my mother, and as most of them are in extreme suffering, please bless me to bring success to all by renouncing the perfect happiness of self and practicing the Bodhisattva's deeds of the six perfections with the Bodhisattva's mind of exchanging self with others on the basis of equanimity meditation. Thus shall I have no sorrow in experiencing the samsaric suffering of all other sentient beings, for no matter how long, having trained my mind in the general path. The Vajrayana path, please bless me to follow the quick Vajrayana teachings by feeling sentient beings suffering very unimaginably unbearable for even the shortest moment as my own, and to achieve the attainment of Shakyamuni Buddha immediately at this very moment by keeping my ordinations and the instructions of the Guru with the best and the highest care in life for the sole purpose of enlightening all sentient beings. So just spend a few moments to reflect on the meaning of that brief glance meditation on the graduated path, and further integrate that with your mind, with your motivation. So then we visualize the Guru above the crown of our head, and that the Guru's heart is Tara. And then we take refuge. So above the crown of my head, I visualize a lotus and a moon disk. Up on these is the great treasury of compassion, Aryatara, mother of all enlightened beings, who is oneness with my kind root Guru and appears in the aspect of my kind root Guru. My Guru is seated in the full lotus position within a transparent sphere of rainbow-colored light. He is pink in complexion and wears saffron robes and a pandit's hat. His right hand is at his heart in the gesture of teaching the Dharma, and holds a vajra and the stem of a white lotus that blossoms beside his right ear. His left hand rests on his hip. It holds a bell and the stem of another white lotus that blossoms beside his left ear. So just visualize your Guru for a moment above the crown of your head, within a sphere of rainbow-colored light. So it should be pretty small, right? So it's easy to visualize, like, like 10 centimeters high or less. And then visualize that the Guru's heart, my Guru's heart is Aryatara in female aspect, green in color, and seated in the dancing posture within a rainbow bubble of light. Her left leg is bent up, and her right leg is outstretched partly. Her left hand is at her heart in the mudra symbolizing the triple gem. So that means her thumb and her ring finger, the tips of her ring finger are touching, and her hands held forward like that. Her right hand is extended over her right knee in the mudra of granting sublime realizations. She is beautifully adorned with a jeweled ornament and scarves at her three places, and at her three places, there's the syllables Om Ah Hum. So that means at her crown chakra, her brow, her throat, and her heart chakra. There's the letters Om Ah and then Hum at her heart chakra. At her heart is a lotus and moon seat, upon which stands a green syllable Tam. Rays of green light radiate in all directions from the Tam and invoke all the enlightened beings of the 10 directions. They all absorb into Tara and become one. So visualize clearly Tara above in the heart of the Guru, who's just above the crown of your head. And then imagine green light rays radiate out from the Tam, the letter Tam at her heart, invoking the blessings of all sentient beings and absorb all enlightened beings, I should say, invoking the blessings of all enlightened beings who then absorb into Tara. Then we make a request to Tara, please remain above my head until I receive enlightenment. And then we go for refuge, generate bodhicitta again with this verse. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merits from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merits from giving and other perfections. May I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly by my merit. Actually, it should be by my 2 collections from giving and other perfections, because then you include the collection of merit and the collection of wisdom as well. So by my 2 collections from giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha in order to benefit all sentient beings. And then we offer the Guru and Tara the 7-line prayer. With my body, speech, and mind, I devoutly prostrate. I offer all offerings, both real and imagined. All sins and offenses amassed from beginningless time, I confess. I rejoice in all virtuous actions of holy and ordinary beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. Oops, I forgot. O Gurus and Buddhas, please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. All my virtues and those of all others I dedicate to the great enlightenment. And I offer a mandala. This ground, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, 4 continents, the sun, and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. The objects of my attachment, aversion, and ignorance, friends, enemies, and strangers, and my body, wealth, and enjoyments. Without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from the 3 poisons. Yidam Guru Rana Mandala Kamyarataya. And then we make these 4 requests and do these 4 visualizations of kind of purification. The Guru and Tara on the crown of our head, blessing us. Please bless me to purify all obscurations, non-virtues of my body, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. So we think primarily of the negative karma we've created by killing, stealing, and adultery or sexual misconduct. And then all the positive qualities of the body. So we make a request to purify all the non-virtuous karma of the body, and all the sickness and disease and so forth, afflictions of the body. White light emanates from the Om at Aryatara's brow. and curves in an arc into my brow. My body is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra body. And then the next request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my speech, especially that of lying, slander, harsh speech, and idle gossip, so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. So request to purify our speech and that it becomes one with Guru Tara's speech. Red light emanates from the Ah and Arya Tara's throat and curves in an arc into my throat. My speech is purified completely of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra speech. And the third request, please bless me to purify all obscurations of my mind so that it will become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. So especially malevolence and coveting, and ignorance. Especially the ignorance, thinking that karma, the law of cause and effect, does not exist, and that past and future lives do not exist. So we request the Guru and Tara to purify completely all obscurations of our mind. Then blue light emanates from the home light Arya Tara's heart and curves in an arc to enter my heart. My mind is purified of all obscurations and becomes one in essence with Guru Tara's holy Vajra mind. And the final request, please bless me to purify all delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience so that my body, speech, and mind will become one with Guru Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. Now the three color light beams, so white, red, and blue, emanate simultaneously from the Om, Ah, and Hum syllables in Tara's holy body, curving in an arc and entering my three places, completely purifying all my delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. My body, speech, and mind become one in essence with Guru Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. So then the root Guru above the crown of our head dissolves into light, from the periphery inward, and dissolves into the Tara at his heart. Then this Tara melts into like a drop of green light, a stream of green light which flows into me through the crown of my head and fills one's whole body with this very blissful and brilliant green light. Instantly, my wrong conception that I and all other phenomena are self-existent, together with my dualistic mind and its views disappear, becoming completely empty. Not even a trace of them remains. So we dissolve into emptiness. And then we concentrate one-pointedly in this empty state with the wisdom that is indistinguishably one with Guru Tara's blissful omniscient mind. So here I'll share a couple of verses by Nagarjuna that His Holiness recommends we use to meditate on emptiness. Okay, so we can analyze what are we. A person is not earth. So think of the earth element in your body. So we are not, think I am not earth, water, not water. Think the liquidity in the body, not fire. Think the warmth in the body, we're not that. Not fire, not wind. So think the prana, subtle movement, energy, movement in the body, we're not that. Not fire, not wind, not space. So you think of empty spaces in the cavities of your body. We're also not that, not space, not consciousness. This is the most difficult one, maybe. Or one of the most difficult. So think also, I'm not my mind. I'm not mind. If I was mind, people couldn't see me. I couldn't do physical things like walking, eating. So I'm not consciousness. And I'm not all of them together. This is the most difficult one to negate. So I'm not all of them together. Why? Because I'm a person which is labeled upon all of those together, that collection. Also because all of those together are many things. I'm only one thing. What is the person other than these? So His Holiness recommends we replace that with what am I other than these? So think again, I'm not earth, not water, not fire, not wind, not space, not consciousness, and not all of them. What am I other than these? And then the second verse, just as the person or I am not real, so not inherently existent, due to or because I am a composite of these 6 constituent parts, so to each of the constituents, earth, water, fire, air, and so forth, also is not real due to being a composite. So try to use those 2 verses so they don't both fit on the screen at once. To meditate on emptiness for a few minutes. Imagine you and all other phenomena dissolve in emptiness, their ultimate nature. And you generate the wisdom, realizing empty nature, emptiness of inherent existence of all phenomena. So conclude your meditation on emptiness, thinking strongly. I and all phenomena are empty of even the slightest atom of existing from its own side. You can imagine all things dissolve into space. Yourself, all sentient beings, all other sentient beings in the environment. So all that remains is the mind realizing emptiness. And also that mind also is empty of inherent existence, and thereby it's one entity with the object emptiness that we're meditating on. So then out of that emptiness, my wisdom mind manifests instantly as Aryatara's holy body, seated upon a lotus and moon cushion at my heart. So think, if you have initiation in the Tara, you can think your mind actually transforms into Aryatara's body. If you don't have initiation, just think above the crown of your head. Aryatara arises. So she sits upon a lotus and a moon cushion. And so at one's own heart, as Tara, is another lotus and moon, upon which in the center stands the syllable Tam, surrounded in a clockwise direction by the syllables of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. The Tam and the mantra are manifestations of Guru Tara's holy mind, with which my mind is totally united. So spend a few moments meditating on oneself as Tara. Scan through the details of the image of Tara. I'll put up a photo, I'm painting of Tara so you can see the help, but scan through the details from the top, bottom, from the crown of Tara's head down to the soles of her feet. I don't see that image. Strange. So for a minute or two, scan through the details of your visualization of Tara. And then after a minute or so, just pause with and be content with whatever image you've been able to generate, and just try to single pointedly focus on that. So do placement meditation. So in this way, we combine analytical meditation, which is scanning through the image, filling in the details, with placement meditation, which is where we pause and then just try to focus single pointedly on the image we've generated, and remembering the whole time that this image of Tara is actually an emanation of our own wisdom mind, realizing emptiness, conjoined with compassion, wishing to free all sentient beings from suffering, and love, wishing to benefit all sentient beings. And bodhicitta, in short, aspiration to achieve enlightenment. So then we do the mantra recitation. So green light radiates from all the letters of the mantra at Tara's heart, spreading in every direction and purifies the negative karmas, gross delusions, and subtle obscurations to omniscience of all sentient beings who become Tara. Right, so we'll recite the Tara's mantra for a while and visualize that green light radiates out from the letters of the mantra, spreading throughout the universe. On the tip of each ray of green light is an emanation of Tara, and to the one emanation comes to the crown of each sentient being, and then from that emanation, light rays pour down through the crown of their head, filling their entire body and purifying them of all negative karma and gross delusions and subtle obscurations to omniscience. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, 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 Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. So especially visualize all the obscurations and obstacles related to the COVID-19 pandemic are completely purified. And the light rays shining out from the letters of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. And then again, light rays radiate, bearing manifold offerings to the six transcendental senses of all the Buddhas and to sentient beings who have become Tara. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tutare. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. And then the third visualization, which is all the enlightened beings showering blessings upon us and all of the sentient beings. So it says the enlightened beings are extremely pleased and shower down the superlative qualities of Buddha Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind, which are omniscient wisdom, supreme power, and infinite compassion, in the form of a great shower of light rays. Right? So a great shower of light rays comes from the holy body, speech, and mind of all the Buddhas in the 10 directions surrounding us. As I recite the mantra, I absorb and am blessed by this rain. You can think also all of the sentient beings absorb and are blessed by this rain of enlightened light rays. Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha, Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Om Tare Tutare. So then think that all sentient beings and the environment surrounding us and ourselves, we're all blessed to become one in nature with Aryatara. So we all are completely purified of every fault and have perfectly developed every positive quality, especially wisdom and compassion. So us, all sentient beings in the environment, all transform into the enlightened nature of Aryatara. And you can think then again from the very periphery of the universe that dissolves into emptiness, light and emptiness. All sentient beings absorb into us. All the enlightened beings absorb into light, absorbs into us, and then from our crown of our head and the soles of our feet to our front and back, from our left and right, gradually we dissolve into light, dissolve into emptiness. And then we dedicate, and may I quickly become Guru Aryatara and lead each and every sentient being into her enlightened state because of these merits, or by the force of these merits. May the supreme jewel, bodhicitta, that has not arisen, arise and grow. And may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. And then we can add some other prayers. So first of all, bring to mind any other aspirations or dedications you'd like to make. Just bring them to mind. So may all of those, your intentions, be fulfilled in accordance with your wish. All the intentions that are in accord with Dharma. In short, may every sentient being be free from every form of suffering and have every happiness and well-being, especially food, clothing, shelter, safety, friendship, education, health, self-confidence, and so forth. And may the Dharma, may the Buddha Dharma flourish in every direction, and may all of our teachers have long and stable lives. And all of our actions only be wholesome. So we'd like to especially dedicate for a long life and good health and fulfillment of the holy wishes of all of our gurus, especially His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Lama Zopa Rinpoche, Ganatri Rinpoche, Serkan Center Rinpoche, Ken Rinpoche, Geshe Chuni, Khonsa Rinpoche, and Kyabje Lama, and for the long and healthy lives of all of our Dharma teachers, especially Geshe Trinley, Geshe Shara, Geshe Tenzin Dorje, Geshe Dorje Damdro, Geshe Tenzin Zoba, Venerable Sangye Kadro, Venerable Olivier, and others. And then for the quick enlightenment of all our kind benefactors, so that's benefactors of Buddha Institute. And then for those who have different forms of sickness, all the monks of Tsangpa comes in who've tested positive, may they be free from that. And then also Susan, Jaya Lakshmi, Kalyani, Yajnik, Maria Denus, Lisette, Eham, Shirali, Anna Rosengren, and others, may they all quickly recover from their various illnesses. And all those who are sick, human beings, animals, and others. May they quickly be free from pain, recover from suffering of sickness, and have good health. And then for those who recently passed away, Tenzing and Ingalil, and then Han Sabin, contractor, Opal, Analia, and Gabriel Zesamar, Venerable Losang Sultan, Energy Kaur, and others. So all those who passed away recently are passing into Bardo. May they quickly take a precious human rebirth or be reborn in a pure land with whatever conditions are most conducive to their well-being and progressing on the path towards enlightenment. And then we dedicate for all Dharma projects everywhere, especially and monasteries, nunneries to flourish, and Dharma centers, all the FPMT Dharma centers and other Dharma centers benefiting sentient beings. And they all flourish, especially Root Institute for Wisdom Culture, Tushita Meditation Center, Tushita Mahayana Meditation Center, Sarah Mahal, Shakyamuni Buddha Ling Clinic in Bodh Gaya, Shakyamuni Buddha Clinic in Bodh Gaya, Maitri Project Maitreya School in Bodh Gaya, and Chokosum Ling Center in Bangalore. May the Holy Dharma be reestablished and flourish in the land of its origin, India, and all over the world. May all sentient beings quickly become enlightened. Okay, we'll conclude there. Thank you all for joining.